So, for years, we've been watching all this corporate drama, right? Power struggles, questions about who's next in line. Well, it looks like the future of one of the most iconic companies on the planet is finally starting to clear up.
And after all that uncertainty, which, let's be honest, has kept both Wall Street and Hollywood on the edge of their seats,
The Mouse House, the most storied company in entertainment, has finally told us who's going to be taking over from the legend himself, Bob Iger. So, Disney finally made the announcement we've all been waiting for. This puts an end to years of speculation about who's going to be steering the ship into its next chapter. And the man for the job? His name is Josh D'Amaro.
He's officially set to take the CEO spot on March 18th, right after the company's big annual investor meeting.
Okay, so who is this guy? I mean, he's stepping into one of the biggest jobs in the world. Let's dig into his background a little. First off, D'Amaro is a total company insider. We're talking about a nearly 3-decade veteran here, someone who knows the Disney culture and how things work from the ground up. Most recently, he's been the one running the show at the massively successful Parks, Experiences, and Products division. You know, that's all the theme parks, the cruise lines, all that merchandise you see everywhere. And this is really the key thing to understand. That division, it's not just some side gig. It is Disney's biggest profit engine. Think about it. In a time when streaming is so up and down, the parks are the solid, reliable core of the whole company. That's where the real money is. And under his watch, that unit absolutely took off. I mean, it reported over $10 billion in quarterly revenue for the first time ever. That's a record breaker. And you can bet that kind of performance is a huge reason the board sees him as a super steady hand for the top job. And it's pretty clear the company has a ton of confidence in him. The outgoing CEO, Bob Iger himself, called him an exceptional leader, someone who really gets the Disney brand deep down. But to really get why this announcement is such a big deal, we've got to take a look back at Disney's recent and very messy past. Remember the last time they tried to replace Iger? It basically turned into what insiders called a public spectacle. The whole handoff to Bob Chapek was just mired in drama. And it all ended with Iger's shocking return less than 2 years after he left. Just wild. So, you can imagine the board is absolutely determined not to let that happen again. This time, it's all about a smooth, drama-free transition. So what they've done is engineer what everyone's calling a clean break. See, last time, Iger stuck around as executive chairman, which caused a lot of friction. This time, he's just going to be a senior advisor for a bit, and then he's out of the company completely by the end of the year. Big difference. And the new Disney board chairman, James Gorman, he basically put his foot down. He made it crystal clear, saying, "We won't have the drama we had last time. That I can assure you." And you want to know how they're backing up that confidence? With money. The board is giving D'Amaro a massive first-year pay package. We're talking roughly $45 million. Now, that package breaks down to a $2.5 million base salary, plus a huge long-term incentive award that's targeted at over $26 million. That's a pretty powerful signal from the board that they're all in on this. Okay, but it's not all smooth sailing. This huge new job comes with an absolutely enormous set of challenges. D'Amaro's taking over right in the middle of a massive shift in the entire media landscape. So what's on his to-do list? Well, first, he's got to deal with the decline of traditional TV, those cable networks that used to be cash cows. Then he's got to actually win the streaming wars by making Disney Plus profitable for the long haul, not just getting more subscribers. And this is a big one. He's got to spend a planned $60 billion on the parks and prove he can get a huge return on that massive investment. So that's the big question, isn't it? Can the parks king, the guy who's a master of creating these amazing real-world experiences, do the same thing in the crazy, unpredictable digital world of streaming and media? Because really, the future of the entire Magic Kingdom depends on